Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I do not know what I've just witnessed inside Old Trafford right there, but I am so gutted, heartbroken, despondent, confused. I just don't know what's going on. Look, we'll talk about the game in a minute, but the end of last season, you looked at Manchester United and you knew, look, things weren't perfect at the club. We still needed a lot of things that needed fixing on and off the pitch. We needed to sort out the ownership situation. We needed to sort out a lot of positions in the team and do a bit of business to strengthen the team and back the manager. And one of the things that we felt about our team, though, despite all those things, was that we were going somewhere. You know, we were building a little bit of unity. We were building a little bit of something under Erik ten Hag. There was something building. And this season, I came into it hoping to see a continuation of that. Yes, there were going to still be issues. Yes, we still had holes we needed to fill. Yes, you know, there were certain things we could get better at. And we were hoping those owners would do one and we could, you know, look to a future without the Glazers holding us back. But we've come into this season, and in the early couple of games when we've had bad results against Spurs or against Arsenal, you know, you can look at turning points in games and you can look at moments and you can look at, you know, if we're given a penalty there, or if Bruno scores that chance, or if we take that chance there, it's a different game. And there was a few moments like that in those early games. But what he has descended into, I genuinely do not know. Because you look out on this pitch at the moment and you don't see togetherness. You don't see unity. You don't see a team fighting for the same thing. You don't see a team moving in the same direction. You don't see any of those traits, those positive traits that we had from last season in this season. Now, it could be a case we're just an emotional club. You know, we've got a lot of players out injured at the moment, but because of the bad form we're on, our momentum's dipped and we're far too emotional to deal with that. But that isn't good enough. And you look out there and it's just hopeless, spineless, no ideas, no creativity, no nothing. You know, you're looking at some of our better players to perform and they're not performing. You know, you're looking all around and it's just not there. Even the crowd, there seems to be a little bit of a funk with us at the moment. We're getting on players' backs. Any little pass goes stray. We're, moaning and that. It doesn't feel positive at the moment. And look, given the results, I don't expect that. But given the position we're in with Erik ten Hag, start of his second season, you know, we saw so many positives last season. You'd expect it to be a little bit better. And just all around the park, you're thinking, what the hell is going on? What has gone wrong here? Because I cannot put my finger on it. And look, you look at the goals we've conceded today. Look at the goals we conceded today. The first one, Diogo Dalot, who's been pretty good in recent weeks. You've got to deal with that. How are you letting Wilfried Zaha position himself, get into the box and get his shot away? I didn't blame Andre Onana for that goal because I thought the fact that Wilfried Zaha hit it into the ground, it's gone over him, you know, made it much more difficult for the goalkeeper. But Andre Onana today as well, you know, when we look besides the penalty situation, which was down to him, there was another moment where he passed it out from the back and, you know, gives it straight to a Galatasaray player and we get lucky. We get away with it. And I haven't been getting on the goalkeeper's case. I don't think he's had that much fault. I think there was a fault against Bayern Munich. Outside of that, I don't think he's made any huge errors. But today, littered with them. And he was one of the best players in the Champions League last season. You know, I said to someone out there today, we'd looked at the scores and seen that Jude Bellingham had scored a goal and an assist for Real Madrid in the first half. And I went, if we signed him, he'd be out there performing like shit. And that's how you feel no matter who we bring to the club at the moment. Something's just going wrong. And I don't quite get it because I don't feel like the manager's got his faults and he's made mistakes and he needs to take some responsibility for this as much as the players. But I don't feel like he's, you know, when it got to the end of Mourinho, when it got to the end of all these different managers that we've had over the last 10 years, you knew it was the end. I still think this manager's got much more to give and I still think this manager's got much more to do at Manchester United. And I hope he's given the time to do that because we can't keep coming into these things, getting a manager that we think's the one, getting into a position and seconds, we notice some things aren't right. The results go the wrong way and we just throw our toys out the pram, throw everything out the pram. Of course, he needs to take some responsibility. But today, it was just so wrong, man. From back to front, you don't know what's going on. You know, we've already mentioned Andre Onana and, you know, constantly giving momentum to Galatasaray. Lindelof really poor today. Varane didn't look that fit today. Diogo Dalot had one of his worst games in a while. Sofyan Amrabat is not a left back. He can play there. He can try and do a job or whatever. He's not a left back. And I found myself at times going to criticise him and then thinking, hold on, he's not even playing in the position that we brought him to play in. Casemiro, the red card, look, I don't think he had his best game today. There was a few moments where he gets his passes right. Manchester United are in and in the final third. But, you know, that red card is tried to dig an honour out of a hole, and we nearly got away with it. You know, they missed the penalty. We get a little bit of luck. But then what do? We go and give more chances away. And you look at every single one of their goals today. Their first goal, as we mentioned, Diogo Dalot. The second goal, how has their number 7 got the freedom of the box? And I think it was Sofyan Amrabat who got turned up into the build-up to that goal. How is that happening? And then the third goal, Victor Lindelof steps out of position. All right, Casemiro's not there in front of you anymore. But there's a defender behind everyone, and everyone's playing him onside. Sorry, an attacker behind everyone, and everyone's played him onside. So easy for him to go and score. Like, we just kept giving him the chances. Chance after chance. And this was after taking the lead twice. Marcus Rashford, excellent cross for Højlund's goal, the first goal. But then, I don't know what's wrong with Rashford at the moment. There was another opportunity where he could have squared it for Bruno or scored himself. He didn't do neither. The pass was poor. Normally he takes them. And again, look, Marcus Rashford needs to perform better and he needs to take responsibility for his own performances. But at times today, I feel like we don't help him because he makes mistakes, or he makes a mistake, or a pass isn't quite... And it's, and we're kind of creating this negative... Look, it's not the fans' fault, of course, but everything's just wrong at the moment and he just feels wrong. I can't put my finger on one thing or what it is. It's just everything that could go wrong is going wrong. And, it's so bad, man. And that's 2 defeats out of 2 games in the Champions League. Despite Rasmus Højlund getting 3 goals in 2 games in the Champions League. His only goals for the club have come in the Champions League. He took both his goals. Look, the Rashford cross for his goal was fantastic. Great header by Rasmus Højlund. And then his second goal, we get the mistake from the defender. He gets through, composure, pace, all that. Gets through. Goes to take the opportunity. And then he does. He dinks the goalkeeper. Fantastic goal from Rasmus Højlund. But apart from that, nothing much to write home about today. Yeah, there were chances and we should have taken them. At 2-2, even after the penalty had just been missed, Garnacho has to score. He has to score. So many moments like that today. There was a Mount. I thought Mason Mount was our best player. I thought he was really good in the first half. And, me saying that now will seem mental because we've just lost against Galatasaray at home and our Champions League hopes are hanging on by a thread. If we can't beat, and I know Copenhagen have had a decent, timeout. I know they lost, but decent timeout against Bayern Munich today. But if we can't beat Copenhagen home and away, there's no point even being in the Champions League. This dressing room needs to take a look at itself. I don't know what the hell is going on. But all I know is I'm still behind this manager. Yes, he's made mistakes, but there's so many things wrong with this club that come before the manager. And I think we need to stick by him, give him this time, give him this confidence that this job is his, and allow him to ride out these difficult moments, because there are going to be difficult moments. There's going to be more as well. But if we want to change the culture of the club and we want to change the direction of this club, we can't just keep chopping and changing managers and hoping things, turn around and they're all right in the end. This has been the guy, for me, this is the best manager that we've had in the last 10 years in terms of being the right man at the right time and everything. If we don't work with him, I don't know what. We've still got the issues of the owners hanging over us. So much going wrong at the minute. And just when you think Man United are turning a corner at the end of last season, it all goes tits up. Absolutely gutted. I know a lot of people will be watching this laughing, but I'm so gutted, man. So gutted. Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe, like, comment, share. See you in a bit.